Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine, your soul therapy specialist. All right, I'm coming on here and I'm going to go a little more deep dive into the divine masculine energies insight because I felt that when I did the love letter, it was tapering out. That was it. Phone call. And then I got a phone call as well. And then I was like, okay, let me stop and let me come back. So I want to do a little introspection. I did clear channeling from that person, just one card, and this constant flow. It was telling me about what was going on with that divine masculine for that. And that's been happening here quite often. That's happened even with my dad. I just did one card. My mom was like, you didn't use none of the cards, did you? I was like, no. She's like, oh my God. So yeah. So I'm gonna go off and see about just look clear to get some more insight on it using the cards about this one here so I could just really just talk to this one. Okay. This divine masculine understands that he's in the process of releasing the burdens, which will be his ex, which will be his now in the future, the person that he's with. He's understanding that he's got to release the ex. Okay. Um, there has been, I'm picking up some communications that has occurred with this person, understanding that has triggered and has caused for him to really say, you know what, I can stand, but I can't stand anymore. So this might be I think a straw that breaks the camel's back on this communication because it's starting to be burden him spiritually. It's like it's been becoming now a spiritual burden. You know, a lot of times, in life you can kind of keep on rocking with it. If it's more so the body, you'll keep on doing that. But then when your spirit is tired, that's a whole different ball of wax right there. When that spirit's like, I can't keep on going, I can't get going. The body, and a lot of times, sometimes if the body is weak, but the spirit is ready too. This person feels like to me is like they're being divine masculine and being more so of that energy of more so the divineness, and this person is awoken or awake um as well. That is really truly a big deal for this person in their core. Okay. And so they're like, you know what, my wings are tattered. My wings, I didn't did enough saving the people. My wings then even got tired too as well. It didn't got dirty from all that trying to clean up everybody else's mess and trying to survive. Trying to survive. Oh, that's a good slip up. Trying to survive out here. What goes back again to me, it says again, I got to talk about that on think about this survival mode. And I think I talked about that on the podcast again. Watch the one that's talked about. Say, yeah, I did. The podcast specifically, this last one, which is episode 5, where I go deep dive into how your fear causes for you to go more so into your survival mode with that. And so that's in my podcast. It's called Divinely Speaking Unplug, where I really just go in there and just talk about things just off of that without being censored or feeling for myself that I'm being censored. I'm opening up myself to really reveal some things. And so that is again this person saying I've been surviving, which lets me know that they have had some trauma and they have been triggered, and that triggering has caused them to go into use their instinct instead of their intuition. So in understanding and doing that, again, this person has came to the point to understand that they need to release their ex. That I told you, they got a message, some kind of communication has triggered. I didn't even look, I'm just pulling cards. Some kind of communication has reached this person. I got to go this way, so I'll do it this way. Has reached this person, this divine masculine, in a weird, odd, strange way. That is like, yes, it's like it's me, Lord, standing in need of prayer, and I'm seeing this person like it's like and like this light shining on them, and it just hit them like what's the one in the Bible that talks about like the road of Damascus? Right. And it just hit them. They own their business. They doing which one of the biblical ones is that? And then he was, really he was taxpayers Paul to Saul from Paul. And he was just like, I was just on my own business, all about the world. And then it hit me on the road there. And he was temporarily blind. He couldn't see, but the spirit was talking to him. And from that point on, when scales moved from his eyes, he was able to really see everything very spiritually. Something about this, there is a connection to that. Now, rather you are spiritual or not, at this point, the religions part, the thing of it, I look at it from an aspect of it is like a book of fables or folk tales. Okay. And that's the way you can get surpast the religious part of it, because again, everything, even you talk about the Midas touch or Humpty Dumpty or any of those folk tales stories that have been told, have a lesson behind it. It's like, get past the syntax, get past the wording, and look at what the author or the person is trying to convey to you as a story that you should be able to learn and to be able to apply to your life. That's what it's about. So this is what they're saying. It seems like to me this person thought they was going on the road. Saul was really deep in the show me the money, give me the money, the taxes, all of that stuff that he was doing. But at the same time, uh this falling into and now converting into a Christian, which to me seems like that this person is becoming more divine, like I'm less of the world, but I'm coming into divine. And how do I make that switch from that not wicked, I don't know why that came to me, say this wicked past, but this so in depth into the material world, into now I'm moving into this divine here. He understands that he's moving into now where he is this loyal heart here. I don't want to say these bitches ain't loyal, excuse me for saying that, but that's what I'm feeling like the person is saying, like they say in the song. It ain't been no loyalty where I am at. And right now, this is where I am. It's like the song said, I want to know what love is. That came on my phone. Because now I did something, I asked him, I said, just play me a love song. Play me a love song. And so it did that. And so that's what came up on the first thing this morning when I woke up. So they at this point said, I want to feel what love is. I want you to show me. So we're right there. So right now, it's like I done been through a lot of hurt. I've been through a lot of pain, this person has said. But right now, I want you to show me. And I know you can show me the way. And so now this is where it's like, now I'm ready to turn and face and look at you, because now I recognize who you are. I recognize you as my king, and you as my queen, and I am your king. Okay, or it can be vice versa. Remember on here, this is how like was the LL Essentials. Daniel Boone said, "This is how we rock over here." So again, either way it go, it could be role reversals too as well. But this right now is opening up to a new beginning and opening up a doorway. Now at this point for love to come in. This looks like a doorway for me for this new beginning. This ending of a cycle is coming up for this person. It's a 9. So this really, let's see, who said 9 days, 9 months, 9 months, not 9 months. Say something about 9 days. No, because I didn't feel nothing when I went to 9 months. 9 hours, no, 9 days. 9 days with this person. 9 days, 9 days, 9 days. 9 days, 25th, something about that. Those 2 days, 9 days, 25th of May. Kind of watch. That goes back to what I said about the important days, the 20th. So you got to always have, I can hear my grandmother say, you always got a leeway 5 days before, 5 days after. The cycle is still there, that opening that I just talked about. Whatever it is a movement and it's a change that's going to be occurring right there between the twin flame dynamic. Okay. Keep yourself in the high vibe that the change will be good. Don't worry about how it's going to look. That's really none of your business. Just go on ahead and keep on doing that. And just say, hey, I'm just living out here living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you. Ain't going back and forth with you. Just do your best life on that one. Okay. Next thing, they have observed some things. They have observed some things with this ex, this now to be ex, like how April said. That's the ex-wife. You're like, okay, they at the part. or whoever she talks to. No, that's the ex-boyfriend. Okay, that I don't think they crossed that bridge yet. No, we're gonna speak on those things as if they are. So not as if they are, they are. That's what I needed to talk about on my show. I knew it was something that I learned on that. Let me write this down before I forget. There to here. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I was say I want to write that down because they understand it right there. They don't observe some things. Some of this stuff, these illusion stuff, is working on their nerves. They understanding that it's like how much of this phony Moroni can I keep on eating? This stuff is not true. It's not authentic. Well, because if you're on that, like they said, that road where you're making that change of life, which is the journey, and you're moving from the taxes, being a tax collector, as it is that one Saul I'm using, turning into Paul. That type of life, after a while, you don't have, they're saying, like a taste for it. It doesn't really favor you. That's what it say, like flavor. It just, you just lose it. It's like, okay, that was nice. It don't do anything for me. This divine masculine that I'm picking up with them are at the point that they're saying again, they're losing the flavor, they're losing the taste for where they are, that type of lifestyle. Okay, and this phoniness is now again, he's setting his sights more higher. Again, understanding it's a fox here. That cunningness, it can get you so far, but it's like, okay, now I need to use that for my good and not for others. Like some superheroes have been that way, where they started off one way, and I don't know why I'm thinking like Deadpool, but anything that kind of like a way of doing things, and then find a way how you can take that and use it for your good. Or like, the Iron Man had sketchy beginnings. I'm thinking of like a hero that had a sketchy beginning, and they took it, they turned around. Understanding that, taking that illusions and now turning it around to use and getting rid of that to use and turn into intuition and awareness. Understanding that this is no place like home, no place like home, because that's again, he can feel this divine masculine feels that the divine feminine has been leaving the light on. She's still going about things, taking care of home, being the not being the explorer, but the lighthouse, like I said, of the dynamics of the twin flames. And that means, again, I don't use the runner and the chaser thing. That means I just been right here holding house down. I have been out there exploring, doing anything. If it is, it's exploring about things about me and finding my bliss, what makes me happy. But I'm not out there saying into the material world as much as you are as divine masculine, to be able to kind of see about, who getting like 31 flavors. I'm trying out this to see which one I like, when you come right back to your same favorite. Sometimes you have to say that, well, I'm gonna try something different because I usually like me some pistachio ice cream, but this today I'm feeling kind of spicy caliente, and so I'm gonna try me something different. And you go on out there and you try something different, say, okay, I'm gonna try me the mocha fudge, and you're like, okay, that's good, but dang, and then a couple of weeks pass by, you like, I got to taste for my pistachio ice cream again. That was temporary. And then you go back in there and say, I want my pistachio. That's just how the divine masculine energies are kind of like what they're rolling with. So now we checked into that. I want to see what's going on also. Clear. So I do channelings in between. The spirit has already talked to me and said about it again. While I do the shuffling of cards, I'm doing healing energy. So now we're okay with that. So I was like, I want to just channel. They like, no, you got it. We got the cards too. So again, here it is. This passion. This is what he's dealing with. This one is dealing with the passion, trying something you've never done before. Didn't I just talk about going to 31 flavors? See how I channeled beforehand and I don't really need it? Again, so this is what we're talking about, the passion here. He felt like he needed to kind of try everything else, but it goes right back to that same flavor, which is pistachio ice cream, which he really likes the most if it chimes in divine. Then we have also an addiction is affecting this relationship. I believe that with this person, the addiction is as far as with the world. So the addiction that he's having at this point is the issue of trying to please everybody, trying to be like the Joneses, trying to be more so ego based of every situation that he has. But after a while, And you know that even yourself is being divine. After a while, when you start letting your ego make all of the decisions for you, that kind of gets on your nerves. That runs you kind of ragged. I see 1441. And again, that's a sign of a light worker. You really want to, and you know within your core being, in your who you are, that you are sent here to do what you have contractual said within yourself, as and get back to being a sovereign being. Now, how that looks with your person, not with your person, whatever, if you thought maybe along the journey, but then after a while you saying, I need to line myself up with everything that is the definition and the clear essence of the epitome of being divine. This person knows that right now, where he is right now, there's no, it's a lack of passion. I'm almost like a person like they didn't lost the flavor. You know, it was fine at the beginning. You know, sometimes you have your favorite food and you have access to it. It's fine for a while, and then after a while you like, you know what, I don't want no more of this. I don't want no more of this. I thought I loved me some pizza or some Mexican food, but if I'm gonna eat Mexican food every day like that, I don't know, you know. And it looks like, again, whatever it was, he thought it was one way, it's coming out another way. He's got to hear health care. I don't know, see it this way. It's kind of hard for you to see because the wording, here it is, health care. Got to take care of self. Health care, again, self care. And that's what I'm picking up, that self-care. And how you do that self-care is starting to eliminate, because you got the color here, which is brown here. So he's got to start eliminating some things that no longer suit him. It's almost like, to me it's like old paper. You know how old paper starts turning into brown, like it was current news. This is what they're showing me, like an old newspaper. It was current, and now it has gotten to the point that it is like truly old. It's old. It's been sitting around, and what was currently in like a trend, it is like no more. Okay. Because right now in the background was running like this big guy. I got them trying to look and find out what's happening. That program that's been running in the background is all about the heart, the matters of the heart. And in order for you to get into your heart space like that, you got to eliminate some things too as well. Okay. So now let's look and see what's going on. Clear to what is some kind of message about what's going on with you, divine feminine that's watching. I miss the feel of you next to me. Now, this goes with several things. This could be, again, I can hear somebody say, well, I ain't never met my DN, so I don't know how that's happening. What it is, again, it's feeling like there's some distance, like you all were once. Again, energetically, he could feel you, more of a reaching out through the 50. That was another thing that also reside for him, having that closeness that way too as well. And it feels like to me it's a disconnect or it's a distance. If you have been really been in contact and you have met your person in the 3D bodily thing, the divine masculine is showing and exhibiting some feelings of saying, I miss you physically. There's a certain way, a touch, just your essence, just your energy being around them makes them say that I miss you. Say, I miss you, I miss you. It's so easy for me, and I can't deny it. I miss you, I miss you. Okay. What what's that from the climax? I miss you and he. Right. So he misses you and them together. He misses that coming together of both of you two. Um and so that's the thing that's been really resonating about the right now. And that's also been like a caveat. I'm seeing like a carrot and a greyhound and or a rabbit. That's really been that thing. It's like, I miss that realness, I miss that authenticity. That this person, whoever is with, right now in the environment. Let's just open up the scope to say there's a lot of phoniness going on. There's not a lot of authentic, real. It's almost kind of taping into Dad's thing. He told Ma that she kept him real, kept him authentic. This is a thing that's going on about this integrity and this honesty. The people around here is feeding into this lie, with this divine masculine. And it's like, you telling me I'm great. It's a difference. Like I'm hearing them say it's a difference when the divine feminine. They say it's different when you say it than when they say it. I know you truly believe. You didn't really search. You just not gonna feed me no BS. You really have looked inside of me and seen. Yeah. When I say you great, I know it. But when they say it, it's like you smoke. You blowing smoke up my ass. I'm sorry for those of you that don't like that. That's why I got my podcast, Divine Speaking, but I don't curse on there, but I'm gonna start to on that one. But anyway, but my thing is that it's like they blowing smoke up my ass, and I can tell that it's me being divine, and I'm very sensitive to people lying to me. That's another thing that triggers my instinct. People not being truthful, which caused me to go into survival mode, and it gets a little more tiring when it starts going into that. It gets very tiring when I'm living like that. It's almost like I'm living on the edge. Living on the edge, take my hand, and we are halfway there. Oh, living. But I call it living on the edge. But it's not living on the prayer. Living on the edge. Don't nobody write nothing down there in the lyrics. Stuff like it's called living on the prayer. I didn't change the lyrics because that's what I feel like you say. I'm living on the edge. It's like I'm halfway there, but I'm living on the edge with this survival kind of stuff like that. So, that is a big thing in which they have to deal with. Okay, what do they think about the connections? Very quickly. Yeah, because I'm trying to, it exhausts me too much when I go into them long ones. It makes me fall out of love of doing reading with that. I can only do life clear 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or whatever. And we're going to keep that right there. This divine master really wants to get into this spot. Oh, it looks good there. Really get into the spot where it is that he's in his heart space. He's green. He wants to make sure that also on his mind, he knows who he is when it comes to this connection. He could stand in his authority. He knows he has a healthy boundaries too. I'm picking him up saying that as well. You are comfortable in your comfort zone. You are in your comfort zone with your communications because the pillow is blue as well. Look like you all are laying on a bed that's yellow or goldish yellow or a little orangish yellow, which lets me know that we got a healthy, it's a blend of that in our identity of us coming together, that we have a healthy connection with each other. And in that, there's our identity into it too, as to who we are manifesting things too. But I'm seeing us really truly laying on green there, which means it's all heart centered. At the foundation of it, what we laying underneath us is and right there is the heart. We're doing things of matters of the heart. Okay, very good. So as the divine feminine is watching this, okay, let's see about what can we do. What do we need to heal to help this divine masculine energy? We say, hey, that sounds like that's my guy. Clear. What is it that you could be able to do to help this divine masculine energy to heal as your divine, if you feeling like you're in the divine feminine energies? What is it that we can do? Ooh, that's a lot. I felt like it's a no. Say stop. Woo! And you probably do need to do a lot of this stuff. So that's almost, I'm gonna like say, get out a sheet of paper and write this down because you got a lot of stuff that you gotta help this gentleman in. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of gather my cards back up and give you time to go get you some paper and write this down because we got some things. These are some areas. And these are the keys that's going to help to get into union with this person. I'm putting this up because I'm going into doing my podcast next. Okay, so now this is the things that you need to. Ooh, I'm getting wheezy. Brown boy, come on, dead over line. I want it. Do 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 do. It's easy. He wanted dead or alive. Look like this person say he gonna get out of this thing dead or alive, but he's like, I can't be up in this no more. I know I want it, but I can't do this. Yeah, on the still alright. That's all it's saying. Dead or alive. All right, here we go. Yeah, this person ain't said nothing. Is he still on here? All right, so here it is. You got the tribe here. Okay, the tribe is being shown here. So again, I understand that every soul I encounter has crossed paths with me for a reason. I am blessed by all interactions. Let's watch the way in which we are seeing the relationships that we have around us. Understand and call it good and very good, no matter what has happened, because they have helped us to show us the true path, like the dojo that we're supposed to be on. Watch your tribe, watch your people. Since he's having the issue of seeing having authentic people around him, pull that energy for that infinity sign and start getting people around you that are truly, authentically for you. Okay, if they ain't for that, it's time to say dismisses and deuces. I've been saying this for a long time, and that's a lot of things. You can keep them on the back burners. I can see my grandmother showing me, put that baby on the back burner, say I'll go and revisit that friendship later. But right now, where I'm at right now, if you're not adding to where I'm going and you're subtracting from it, it's kind of time for me to go ahead and let's say you keep on coming up with them drama spells and things like that. And I know right now I don't need that, because it's very crucial, again, like I said, for our vibrations as divine feminines. You bring it in that it's we're networking. I told you this before. We are really tapping into each other, almost just like a plug, like just like it is saying on my that I have on my divinely speaking thing. You're actually plugging into each other. And if that person is not of the vibration, that thing is going to help to start to propel you and your person like that. You got if people energy sucking, vampiring, whatever into your stuff, into you, you got to get rid of it. You got to get more people on your tribe here. Just like this picture, this person look like they in bondage right here. We don't need that. Next word is invasion. I respect your privacy as you continue to grow on your journey. Stop that goes into it, rather you like it or not or whatever, but that goes into stop looking at the readings. The readings that you after and over and over and over and over again. They bring that to me again, because why? Those readings, they say, well, that's you kind of like your oxymoron. No, I'm telling you what this is. It's fine for you to look one time and kind of tap and get it. And if it helps you to motivate you, say, I got it, I'm gone. I don't need to look at another reading from this point on, because she's giving me the keys about what I need to go off and work on. It's fine for you to watch the readings, get the information, walk away, and know what you got to change from that point. But if you in there and you talk about, yeah, girl, okay, next reading, yep, that's just what I thought he doing, X, Y, and Z. Next reading, yep, that's just what I. See, she even confirmed what the first and the second and the fifth one had just said. You again, you're invading, you into their space. You need to let them go on ahead, because again, it's something about what it does. It changes that. It also triggers your trauma. Let's go back into this again, class. It triggers your trauma. And when your trauma gets triggered, what it makes you go into that instinct. And when you go into instinct, then you start going to survival. Then that's when you start talking about, yeah, well, he do you, he and let him go ahead. You do you, boo, because I sure enough gonna do me. See, it causes you go into that vibration again. That takes you out of your heart space. You cannot be in your heart space and be in instinct. Them two things cannot exist at the same time. They cannot exist, because again, instinct, you more so in your brain. You thinking about that fear and love, and that's biblical, and that's also psychological, and also physics. Them two things, both them things can't happen at the same time. That's impossible. So again, stop invading. Again, do your privacy. Privacy means let them go on, give them the sign of the cross, say whatever is happening, I know it's happening and occurring for the highest good for him and my and me. That's it. Let it go. Okay. Next one, farewell. I do not need another's apology in order to gain closure. I can heal all on my own when I am ready to release them. What this picks up when I see here for you, divine feminine, as far as the keys is stop looking for the divine masculine to give you an apology for their behavior. Because I've been there, I've asked my DM, I asked him why he did what he did, and he has, when you ask them, they're going to tell you, I have no clue as to why I did it. I can tell you some things. I know it's foolish, I know it's stupid, but I can't pinpoint on there to tell you specifically what it is. Even if you do have, I can hear somebody say, well, one of them just told me what it is. Say, I didn't feel like you the one. Okay, whatever at that point there, whatever they do say and they do give you an explanation is, it does not get to the true core of what is going on there with them as to why they did that action with that. And even if you did hear it, again, what does it actually solve? It does settle you. Maybe it might make you get angry all over again. Maybe it might make you say, okay, all right then. You know what? I might need to take a time out and reset myself. Okay, there goes some steps that again that pulls you back from the journey, from union, because now you got to go reset yourself from what had happened. That's why I say it's very much at this point, and I know it's easier said and done because I had to even go back and watch, because these are channels. This is the higher self, someone else speaking through me, and I had to look back even in my own videos and look at it and say, "Oh wow, I was really preaching to my own self." So my thing is, you have to look and see about even trying to look for the explanation coming from your divine mask, and even if you hear it, what does it actually solve? Because at the end of the day, you need to get to the point that you know your person's heart. Because again, if you're looking for that outward um, validation of what had occurred there, I'm being shown that when you get into the relationship, you're going to always look for outward validation. You've got to get to the point when it comes to you being in union with your person, it's got to come from the heart. You got to know your man. You got to know your counterpart, female or male, like at the back of your hand, like you know your own. You know, understand when people come and bring you mess, say that's don't sound like him. I know him. Yeah, and they might be saying, how you know him? Because he did X, Y, Z. Say, don't worry about it, because I know myself. That's not it. So you got to get to that point that you could be able to understand it and really sit with it and say, why did he do that? Okay, I know his storyline. I know his background. I know why. And if I take all that stuff together, does it really surprise me that the story ended, that chapter the way it did? No. Okay. Stop looking for the bye byes and the farewells. Adversity. I accept my current challenges as an opportunity to grow and learn something new about myself and to correct any behaviors of my own that may need adjusting. At this point, what you should be doing is, again, looking into yourself, dealing with those shadows. Okay. And this is what it's asking you about, these things, adversity, things that have happened in your life differently that you thought, or counteracting of energies that's going working up against each other. That's why you need to do that shadow work, because you probably saying, hey, I've been doing it. I've been pushing to go this way, but everything's been going the opposite way. There's a deeper thing to that. If you go on my Patreon thing, I did I did a great class on that, on course about how your ancestral clearing also, and how ancestry and the bloodlines play a part of you not being able to pinpoint some of the things that you don't understand. 3333, getting in alignment, that don't understand why things are happening, because you know you're doing the work, but it still ain't pushing and breaking through. I would also say come join my Patreon, www.patreon, as well. Do I have it on here? Right. www.patreon.com. I need to change that. Hold on a second. That's not quite right there. Hold on a second. Okay, well, if you go on there, you'd see that. It's really www.patreon.com, Rays of Sunshine. You go on there and you'll be able to that. And for the 21, I have all my courses in that one for the tier 3. So you could be able to join in, and I load weekly classes and information and workbooks and things in that tier. That's the ones that lets me know that, hey, I want to do the work. I pour into them, especially my skill set, my talents, and my abilities into that group there, because again, um, lets me know that I already said for classes. That means they want to learn. And so those are the ones that have that. The ones that is in between there, again, I have activities for them to do for you to be able to, in tier two and tier ones, it's just you get exclusive um, things that I don't put on here. I give exclusive readings there, and you get that weekly. Okay, so adversity, understand how to deal with that. Next one, I will not allow toxic people from the past ruin me from future encounters. I take my power back now. Wounded. There's some wounds, some core wounds again, childhood wounds, past relationship wounds, wounds from the divine counterpart. Those things you have to add that. You need to go back and do some soul retrieval, go and take that and snatch that power back as well, and bring you fast forward into the now. Some ways you could do that is the Honopono prayer, again saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, yeah, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. That's another way that you can be able to deal with those wounds. But also you have things, I have courses on that as far as even on Divine Unisouls 11.co as well. This talking about that where is it at? It's probably at the top. I got to rearrange this stuff. That you can be able to sign on for. I also have on my other one, if you're interested in having a healing that's about the trauma that's being stored in your body, rather it's a pain or emotional. A lot of times it's called soul copies, where some of these things that's housed in your body are linked actually to an actual person. I do healings for that too as well. That's underneath the whole guide. That's all about healing on that one. My Divine Unisouls 11.co is all about me tapping into your energies and telling you what's going on. This in Ashanti Wellness is where you do the work and we heal together, and I help you and assist you to heal together. So I go to AshantiWellnessCenter.com if you want to book an MAT, Metaphysical Anatomy Technique, over there as well. And I do past life regression. Sometimes the wounds come from past lives too as well. And so you got to go all the way back and bring yourself fast forward to find out what that's about. Some of you all has got to deal with the bitterness, okay, as well. It's I do not engage in gossip about others, as to do so only breeds negativity. Do unto others what you would have them do unto you. And that's interesting. Something that happened to me early. Had happened to me. And then I was like, I really can kind of go there. I was like, you know what? Don't even. I'm not even going to go talk to anybody else about what the person did. I say, just go ahead and deal with it and just let it go. Because again, I know I didn't do anything. And what's going on a lot of times when people are acting a certain way, or um, doing anything like parents, Lord have mercy, and their child. Anyway, so things like that. I'm not even going to talk to you about that. Is a lot of times it's not you, it's something else going on there, and they just want to vent or use you as that outlet. And I was like, I'm not even going to turn around and take that energy and use that as an outlet to somebody else, because now I'm talking about that person, and it's already been clear about where my emotions on some things that the person does. So that's it. So now again, you got hazy, okay? So they're saying, even though the pathway forward is unclear, I will continue to rely on my higher self to lead the way. That again, a lot of us, because we can't see what's moving on forward, and I understand it, and that's what Spirit had to talk to me and say, Regina, a lot of times why they asking for just the readings is because they unclear. They need to know specifically where it is. They can't rely on to go within. Some people, not everybody, but again, to say go within, go within, go within to find the answer. Sometimes you do need somebody to say, here, I'm shining the light on where it is, and this is the direction that you need to go. You need to also know, as far as with this divine masculine, if this is your person, hey, he's telling you, I'm working it out. It might look like on the outside I'm not, but at the same time, okay, But at the same time, why do people keep on talking about they trying to find me? Anyway, having a hard time trying to see where this is going because there's no end in sight. And that's why again, when you have that haziness, you have a tendency to go back to, and I'm gonna say it again. I know April's laughing at me, but I don't think you get this. We as humans, we got to get control of that instinct. When it gets triggered, it throws us into survival mode, it throws us in the brain, and we can't see nothing else. Survival. And then that's when the ego really gets to talking. Hey, 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 hey. And then it's extra because it's like, I got to protect you because the instinct is trying to protect you, your ego trying to protect you, and you're not seeing anything else. You're not really being in present in the now, as Eckhart Tolle says. You're all over the place. And that's why you have to do, because you find yourself doing crazy things. Go see my podcast, Divinely Speaking Unplugged, where I talking about fear makes you do stupid shit. Excuse me, I'll say it on this one. I didn't say it on that one. So you have to listen to that, and it helps to connect the dots with what's going on now with this. And the last thing is imprint. Okay, so my soul has chosen you for this important lesson for healing and ascension purpose. I thank you for our time. That say it's imprinted. Your divine masculine energies is imprinted in your soul. Your divine feminine energies is imprinted in the divine masculine soul. And all these things are lessons. All these things are why they came together. Is help us to awaken to become the best version of ourselves, so we truly can be able on our walk to be able to have those keys to union. All right, then, people. So that is the end of this insight with this one. This is good. I'm going to look back at it again. I seen a lot of stuff that was touching upon me. Please make sure that I left this up there. Keep my Ashanti Wellness Center.com if you're truly interested in healing the trauma and getting rid of that. Go over there to my podcast as well. It's called Divinely Speaking Unplugged as well, so that could be able to you could hear some insight and some background things that I don't talk about over here, that I talk about over there. It's a hodgepodge about some keys that about I feel that you should know. Talks about even my journey, about how I'm feeling, all of that. So it's just me just unplugged, just talking about some things. Make sure that you are going over to divineunisouls.co, so you can be able to, if you want to have book a reading with me, if you want to. People are getting the divine masculine letters too as well. Please note, let me say this too as well, because some of you all, I'm not that type that goes like right there, bam, instantaneously, and I drop the letter. It takes me some time. Sometimes I get busy with life. Sometimes as well, spirit is like, no, it's not time, it's not open. Some things have to also occur with you. So be patient. So don't look for it like, oh, it's 24 hours. Sometimes I do, like I did the other day. I dropped into it. She's like, I'll be done. I just told you I needed it, you gave it in. Spirit's like, you ready, you needed it. You have to go allow time and for spirit to do that. I will let you know, say, hey, it's not time. Give me some patience. And sometimes if people say, hey, I can't wait, hey, that part on that part, sometimes if I think that it's too much and you're not going to respect the timing of really spiritually divine timing, then hey, I will make arrangements about what's the next step that you and I need to make, as far as you getting about the reading or not getting the reading as well. But just all I ask for is patience. All of my things I've gotten responses back, they say they're spot on. That's again, like I told the one I teased her. She's like, "Do you need a name? Do you need our birthdays? Do you need our signs?" I like, no. Spirit knows you. So all I have to do, it just needs. Or you want to say, it just needs you. That's it. They know you well. All I do is open myself up, just like I did the divine masculine letter, and let it channel right on through. That's a lot of energies, and I have to, if I'm plugging in back to back to back to back like that, I have to give my time self to reset as well. Okay. um like Erica, but I'm an artist and I'm sensitive by my, so again, not an artist, but I am a channeler. And so again, there's sensitivity involved. You have to allow me to reset about that too. Okay. Make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel as well, because we got a lot of good stuff that's coming on here. And again, I am your soul therapy specialist, because I believe in doing the soul work, because that's truly where the healing is. That's where your personality, and that's where everything is housed right there. So I do that with the cards, and my mission is to help to give you the keys to union. All right then. Until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste. Namago. Love you. All right. Until